Good Grief, the podcast dedicated to demystifying and destigmatizing grief with compassion and humor. I'm Nikki. I'm an end-of-life doula and a grief coach in Columbus, Ohio. And today I'm so excited to have my third episode in my 4-week mini series of sorts for Pride Month. And today I was very excited. I'm excited about all these, but this was fun. I've known Heather for quite some time now. She's in the podcast collective with me, the Feminist Podcast Collective. And we've known each other through other networking circles as well for a while. And I'm excited we got to sit down and have a conversation today. And oh my gosh, we talked a lot about coming out and divorce and children being adults and menopause. And oh my gosh, so many different aspects of grief in this episode that I'm very excited about. Before that, quick warning, there is some swearing in this. We both have potty mouths. So if you're not a fan of potty mouths or you've got little ones nearby, keep that in mind. Put the earphones in or, use your discretion with this one because we swear a little. It's not like we're dropping F-bombs every other word, but we do swear a little bit in this one. So keep that in mind. Also, if you really enjoy this show and you want to help support me, you can head on over to patreon.com/NikkiTheDeathDoula. For as little as $1 a month, you can help me to provide pro bono services to those who might not be able to afford them. I love giving back where I can, and I do have people that reach out on occasion that need some support, but do not have the means to pay for the support. So my Patreons help fund that. So if you would like to help fund me providing work in the community, please do so. Patreon.com/NikkiTheDeathDoula. If you're not a Patreon person and you want to help me anyway, you can just reach out to me. Happy to figure something out there. If you really enjoy this show and you want to talk to other people who have experienced loss in their lives like you have, you can come on over to the Good Grief Society. Again, if you go to NikkiTheDeathDoula.com, there's some great information on the Good Grief Society. Up at the top, there's a little button there that says Good Grief Society. Go check that out. We have grief circles once a month. We do speakers and workshops every other month or so. And I've got journaling prompts that come out weekly for every single day. We've got a Slack community so you can chat with each other 24/7. So please come check that out. I'd love to have you over there. But that's not why you're here today. I'm going to stop talking now so we can get on with today's amazing episode with Heather Vickery. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in again this week to Good Grief with Nikki the Death Doula. And I'm super excited to have my lovely dear friend Heather on the show.
Sweet.
I know I am. Well, Heather is in the Feminist Podcast Collective with me, and I've known her for quite some time through that and through some other networking groups and all that good stuff. So before we dive into all things grief and whatever, Heather, why don't you introduce yourself briefly? Tell my listeners a little bit about you and your podcast and your things.
Sure. Hi, folks. Thanks for having me, Nikki. This is fun. I am a transformation coach. I can help anybody, but I focus on women and queer folks move from pressure-filled lives to pleasurable ones with more ease. And I do that through human design and NLP subconscious reprogramming so that they can learn to lead from embodied joy and actually, can I curse on your podcast?
Yes, you can curse.
Have a life they fucking love because we deserve that, all of us. Like, we don't have to earn that. I'm also a mom of 4. I came out of the closet at the age of 38 after a decade of marriage and 4 kids. And now I'm 51. So it's been a minute. And there's still so much grief attached to all of that. Being 51, getting a divorce, coming out. Like, the list is so long. And I was prepping for this conversation this morning and I'm like, I felt the grief just like, it felt like a tsunami. Of grief.
I'm sorry.
No, but I don't think that it's a bad thing.
Right.
I appreciate you saying that, but I do think we have to feel the full range of all of our emotions, and there's nothing wrong or bad about any of them. And there's just an opportunity for me to ask myself those reframing questions that I do with clients. Like, why am I feeling this? What is this? What's the lesson for this? I pulled a couple tarot cards, and the first one was the 5 of Cups, which was like, yep, you're in the shit right now. And eventually you'll look back and go, okay, it wasn't all bad, which felt very on point. And then the second one, which was with a different deck, was the 4 of Cups, which was like, get out of your shit, get out of your own way, and like focus on something else. It was
Interesting.
really interesting. I was like, okay, tarot cards, I see you.
Yeah, all right, all right. I can take a hint. Oh, well, gosh, I don't even know
Oh, and
where
my
to start.
podcast. I have a podcast.
Oh,
You
yes,
guys were
please.
sorry. I
Nope,
forgot. Like I get on a tangent and then there we go.
that's okay.
My podcast is called Was It Chance? I co-host it with my friend Alan Seals, and we interview highly successful creatives on the intentional risks they've taken on their path to creative success, and we just have so much fun. We have so much fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
yay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I'll make sure to link all that stuff in the description too, so you all
Okay.
listening can find her show. Please check it out.
Cool.
It's a lot of fun. So,
Thank you.
gosh, yeah, I don't even know where to start because there's a lot here that we can unpack. Um, I know that we had talked about I do want to get into things like perimenopause and menopause because I've been wanting to talk about that. I've done a solo episode on that, but been wanting to have a conversation, especially with someone like you who coaches a bit. But before we get to that, since this is my LGBTQ month, um, I want to talk a little bit about your coming out and what that was
Yeah.
like for you because you said
Sure.
there was definitely some grief involved and there typically is. So tell us a little bit about that
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. Like I said, I officially came out at the age of 38 after a decade of marriage and four kids. And I figured these things out about myself, but not much earlier than that. I joke that I didn't know where the lesbians were in college. If I had found them, maybe the story would have been different. Um, but I also say, and this is really true, we live in a society, especially as Americans, that women love on each other really well. Well, they can also treat each other like shit, but when they love on each other, they love on each other hard. They hold hands, they snuggle, they say, God, you're so sexy, you look gorgeous. And I'm thinking all of these things and feeling all of these things. And it didn't occur to me that the way I felt that inside was different than the way a straight girl was because we were using the same words. And so it wasn't until I started doing my own self-discovery work. I was like, I'm not happy. I should be happy. Like I
Hmm.
had the American dream, the big fancy
Yeah.
house, the kids, we had plenty of money. My ex-husband was a nice enough guy. Like all of these things should have been working fine. I had a thriving business and I wasn't happy. And I was like, what is wrong with me? And then I realized I was married to the wrong gender and probably the wrong person, but that's a whole different story.
Fair
Um,
enough.
and not probably, definitely. It wouldn't have lasted anyway. But I lived with that for a long time and didn't do anything about it. And then he found out about it and we still tried to live with it. We went to therapy. You know, you don't get married to get divorced. Nobody
Right.
does. Like that's not the plan, right?
Right.
So even when you know it's the right decision, it's a difficult decision to make. And
Absolutely.
the more I just tried to push through, head down. This is the life I picked. I'm going to try and get through it. The smaller I felt, the more difficult it was to do regular everyday tasks. And I kind of describe it as I couldn't breathe, but I didn't know I couldn't breathe because when I decided to come out, like one morning I was looking at all of my daughters over the breakfast table. And I remember the morning really clearly. The baby was a baby, and the sun was streaming in, and it was just a beautiful morning. And I thought, what would I tell them to do if they came to me in any kind, not coming out, but in any situation where they were minimizing themselves and not living up to what they wanted for themselves? What advice would I give them?
Yeah.
And it was, well, baby girl, go out and live big. Like you deserve everything you desire. And the world is, in fact, waiting for you to show up and claim
Yeah.
yourself. And then immediately I thought, oh, shit. If I want that for them, I have to do that.
Yeah.
And it was terrifying, but it was also exciting because it was what I needed to get myself going,
Hmm.
which it was great. It was good. It's been good. But good things also come with difficulty and challenges and grief, right? I had to break up my family to follow my heart. I had to make my kids pack up their shit every few days and go back and forth from house to house.
Yeah.
I had to give up a relationship with my in-laws who I adored, and now they literally don't speak to me when I walk in the room. They turn around and pretend I'm
Oh,
not there. I had to give up somebody who was one of my best friends. Maybe we weren't good partners. We weren't good married, but we were good friends who He does fine. Like, we do fine. We're together for the kids' birthdays. We're together for holidays, but we're not pals anymore. Like, I had to
Right.
give up a lot.
Yeah.
But the biggest issue, I mean, I had to give up health insurance. I had to give up my big house. I had to give up, some of those things feel
Yeah.
less important, but they do all count. The biggest
Sure.
one being, I had to do this for me. And for years, I would say I did this for my kids so that they could see what was possible for themselves. And it isn't that that is untrue, but in a therapy session with one of my daughters at one point, she's like, I need you to stop saying that because you did this for you and you need to admit that you did this for you. And I think she was trying to be an asshole when she said it,
Okay.
but she's right. I did do it for me.
Right.
I did. I had to. And I
Yeah.
want her to do what she needs to do for herself. And
Right.
sometimes those things cause other people to hurt.
Right.
So there's grief involved in doing the right thing for yourself in almost every big situation, maybe not in little situations, but it's just very common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. My listeners know I don't have children, so I can never ever say how I can understand anything around being a parent, but I can at least I can see how wanting to do something that is best for you that might hurt your children would be an impossible ask in a
It's
way.
so hard.
Because everybody I know that has kids, like the first thing out of their mouth is like, I would absolutely 100% die for my child.
Undoubtedly. Any
And
moment.
I totally get and respect that. I'm sure if I had kids, I would probably feel the same way. Um, but then, to do something that might potentially hurt your child in some way, but you need to do for you, like
Yeah.
how to do that without feeling selfish. I
You can't do it
I
without feeling
know.
selfish. You just have to decide that sometimes it's okay to be selfish.
Right. Right.
It's really that simple. I still think it was the better decision for everybody. Obviously, it was the best decision for me. I still think it was better for them
Right.
because my ex and I had just gotten into a pattern, a habit of being passive aggressive with each other. Like, we just weren't
Hmm.
happy. And
Yeah.
kids don't want to grow up in that.
Yeah. And that's just it. Like, would you rather have mom who might have a different lifestyle now and not be in the home with you, or have a mom who's deeply unhappy
Yeah.
and now not getting along with your dad and having passive aggressive fights and all of that?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's tricky. They have all said to me individually and collectively that they do not begrudge my choices. They understand. They don't have any issues with my sexuality. Sorry. Um all of that is fine, but they are all the oldest three. They definitely wish they didn't have divorced parents. My youngest was so
Right.
young that I'm not sure. We'll see. She's
Yeah.
13. Um she wasn't even she had just turned 1, right? When
Right.
everything started to unravel. So she doesn't know anything else. Um, I don't know. Some days are
Yeah.
easier than others.
Yeah. So I've had a divorce coach on my show in the past, and I've had people who've been through divorces or hard breakups in the past, because that's one of those disenfranchised griefs we don't talk about, is just grief with
Absolutely.
divorce.
Yeah.
And when it comes to situations like this where you were doing this to make your life a little bit better for you, but that's not to say that you don't still grieve the marriage that is over and the life that you were expecting. Is that fair to say, or am I off base here?
Yes. No, it's fair to say I really am really wildly grateful I am not still married to that man.
Okay.
Right? Like
Good.
12 years
Good to know.
out. I'm like, oh wow. Because there was a lot of other shit going on.
Okay.
There was a lot of other shit. I don't want to speak poorly of him, right? But I didn't see a lot of it
Okay.
until I was years out of it.
Okay.
So it wasn't a healthy situation. And I worry about that because I can see how my kids are sort of being groomed and manipulated in certain ways. Not groomed is the wrong word, but
Yeah.
managed a little bit. But grieving the consistency, the family. It's funny. I have found my work centers around joy, and I love being alone. and
Yeah.
I've stopped apologizing for it. Like I have a partner we've been together for 12 years. Um, but when my kids are gone and when she's gone and I'm like alone, I'm very happy. Like I really love it. I miss my kids and I'm
Sure.
very happy. And so
Sure.
I really don't, I think that part is great, but I miss the casual day to day, what happened in your day conversations and the pancakes on the Sunday mornings. And when I don't have those things and I know they are having those things, there's a lot of grief
Yeah.
with that. Yeah.
Sure. Sure. Absolutely. And then like you said, just the things like the relationship with your in-laws. And that kills me that they won't speak to you anymore. Because
Mm.
I'm my husband is my second husband. I've had a first marriage, and his parents were his dad and his stepmom were like the best people in the world, and I miss them.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
unfortunately lost contact with them, and
Yeah.
I hate that because they were so great.
I'll tell you what, I think like that is so hard. And but if I didn't have kids, I wouldn't have to be exposed to that hurt over and over again.
That's true. Yeah.
Now, they don't live in town; they live out of town. But when they are in town, it's interesting. And my
Yeah.
oldest is about to graduate from college, and um, her grandmother and aunt are coming, and I'm like, okay, we are all grown ups. Like
Yeah.
I can be a grown up. Can they be grown ups? We'll see.
Right.
They can make this a good adventure. So and that, I mean, from a grief perspective, I think when you get a divorce and there aren't kids, there is a lot to grieve, but also then it just goes away. You don't have any access. You don't, that person's not thrown in
Yeah.
your face all the time. What you're missing isn't thrown in your face all the time.
Yeah.
Even when you choose it, and I chose it, I wanted it, I wouldn't unchoose it. But
Mhm.
the reminders are
Yeah.
always there,
Yeah.
and the difficulty, and when the kids struggle, and they struggle
Oh,
sometimes.
yeah.
Not constantly, I don't think. I mean, lots of people are divorced. My parents divorced when I was a tiny infant. It's fine. Like, they have, and I think this is important. They have two very involved, very active parents who love them very much and show up
Hmm.
all the time.
Mm.
And they have a lot of friends who have divorced parents where one of the parent is not like that. But I have been
Okay.
instructed by my third daughter not to make those comparisons. It's not helpful.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there you go. She speaks her mind, that one. She's because I do it because she's
Oh,
right. She calls my bullshit. She was like, "You do that because you think we're mad at you, and it's not helpful." And I'm like, "Okay,
I
thank you."
love that.
Oh, she knows her shit. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So let's kind of segues into what I want to discuss a little bit next is again, I don't want to call it empty nest because I know some of your children are still under the age of 18,
Yeah.
but you do have one graduating college and your kids are growing up and eventually all four of them will be
Oh
adults
my God.
and they will know, I know, I'm
Why you gotta
sorry.
hurt me on a Monday morning? I mean, geez, Louise. No, I
I'm
know. I
the
know.
absolute worst. Uh, And again, and this is something I have no frame of reference on because I have not
Yeah.
had children of my own, but I have so many friends. I'm at that age, I'm only a couple years younger than you. And I have a lot of friends whose kids are grown up now and leaving the house and getting
Yeah.
married.
Yep.
And just watching them go through this feeling of, oh my God, my kids are grown up. And half of them are like, yay, I can do fun
Yeah,
things
there are
again.
moments like that. Every stage is challenging, right?
Yeah.
So it isn't empty nest, but I do. My oldest two are both out of the house. In fact, my second child, since senior year of high school, has lived full time at her dad's because she was like, this going back and forth isn't going to work anymore, and she
Yeah.
had her own room there, and they have to share rooms here, and that's fine. But she's getting her own apartment, which I co-signed for her. And now she's moving into the city. We live just outside of Chicago, and she's moving into the city. And even that, there's some grief attached to. I'm so excited for
Yeah.
her. I think
Good.
she's 19. She's going to be 20 in the summer. Um, she chose not to go to college. She's working full time.
Hmm.
I'm so excited for her. I think this is going to be amazing. She needs to have her own life experience, but also she won't be right down the street. She won't be coming for weekly family dinners because she's a big girl who has her own place. Like
Oh.
what's that going to look like and feel like? And um, yeah, my oldest is across the country and doesn't ever intend. She's in Seattle right now. she's going to be there for another year. Then she plans to move to LA. She doesn't ever intend to move back to this area. We'll see what happens, but that's not her plan. And so learning to be a parent to young adult children is wild. It's such a mind fuck. And it's so opposite of what we, not only do they teach us to do as parents, but what we have to do. The hands-on, the nurturing, the caring, the providing. We literally have to do almost the opposite of all of that. They do still need us, but they need to do the right thing for them. They need to come to us when they need us. We can't be at their beck and call. We can't hover over everything anymore because it's not healthy, right? And I feel like somebody needs to be an expert on or write a book on, and maybe it's you, Nikki, the grief attached to the good parent who's letting go properly. Oh, because it's so hard and it's so sad and it's so scary and it's so exciting, and I'm so proud of them. And this is what we want for them. This is it. We want them to go out and live their big, beautiful life. Yeah. But also, God, could you just like crawl in bed and cuddle for a little, Like, could you answer the phone when I call, maybe respond to a text? And there's a narrative in my head that I absolutely know is a narrative in every other parent of young adult who's left the house head, which is, oh my God, they hate me. Oh my God, I'm a terrible mom. They don't respond to my text messages. They never call. They never spend time with me. Oh. And I remind myself that's literally exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Yeah. Right? They're supposed to be figuring out how to be their own person. Yeah. And so, as a parent of divorce, my issue with my dad was he just never tried. He was like, I figure when you have time, you'll call. And I'm like, but you're the dad. Why don't you call? You're the dad. Yeah. And so I own the responsibility to reach out to them. I send the text. It's okay if they don't respond. They know I'm thinking of them. I love them. I make the phone call. Usually both of my kids will call me back if they don't answer the phone. But I take that responsibility on, and also to not overdo it. Once a week, whatever, right? Like, I love you. I want to hear about your day. I want to hear about your week. I want to know what's going on. But also I get that you don't need me in your face all the time. Yeah. But there's an absolute ton of unlearning and relearning and grief attached to that whole thing.
Oh, now I think about my mom a lot because, she recently passed away. Yeah. And I hope she never thought that I hated her.
I hope. You know what? She probably did, but she also probably talked herself off of the ledge, right?
Now, here's the thing. Honestly, since I've been an adult, Mom and I talk all the time. Like, we talked all the time up until the day she died. In fact, the day she died, there was like 10 text messages from me, like just sitting there. And we texted all the time. So I don't think she ever thought that, but I know there were times where she did the whole, like, I don't want to say it was passive aggressive. Like, I know you've got your own life and you're busy. You don't have to call me all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I think it can come off as passive aggressive, but I actually think, I don't know. I can't speak to most moms, but for me, it really isn't. It's just honest. Like, I get you're busy and you have your own life. And also I love you and I miss you and I would love to chat with you.
Yeah. I don't think she meant it passive aggressively at all.
But I'm curious, did you go through that phase where you just weren't like after you left home, right? Was there a phase where you put that distance? I mean, we understand there's a physiological reason. There's an anthropological reason kids do that. Yeah. They create distance. They even stir up some shit. They start fighting. They do whatever because they have to be able to walk away.
Yeah. Not really, honestly. No? So my brother had 2 kids, and like having 2 babies around, there were always like birthday parties, and we spent every holiday together. So I saw my parents constantly. I never really, when I was in high school, I was awful.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I spent so much time in my adult life apologizing to my mother for being so awful in high school.
That's nice of you. I've apologized to my mother multiple. As soon as we started having teenagers, I would call and I'd be like, Mommy, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. She's like, it's okay, baby. It's okay. It's part of the process. They come back.
Well, and I mean, here's the thing. I wasn't out drinking and I didn't get pregnant or do anything like
Me
too
either.
awful. I was just mouthy
Mm-hmm.
and I've been so independent my entire, even when I was like 3, I insisted on doing everything myself. And
Mm-hmm.
I was just didn't like to be told what to do. So
Oh,
that
you
was
sound like my 16-year-old and also like me. She's funny. You should tell me. She's the one that has all the other wise advice. The other day I was like, hey, you might want to break in those new shoes before we go to Italy this summer. And she was like, I don't need you to tell me my business. I know how to do what I need to do for myself. And you know what? You know what? When you tell me to do that, it makes me just want to have blisters the whole time. It just makes me not even care. I don't want you to tell me what to do. Like, you're such a dick. And also, she's right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but also it's a parent's job to like give guidance and advice, and she knows everything. Just ask her.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so I just try to lead by my own example but yes.
My mom would try to drop those helpful things like you should really, and she would say it and then she'd immediately go, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
She would just slap her hands over her mouth. She's like, I'm so sorry. I can't help it. It's a brief.
I feel it. I feel your mom. Me too. And I usually don't give her any suggestions, but every once in a while it just comes
You
out.
might wanna just.
Yeah.
Oh my.
No.
So now on top of all of this, I know you and I are around the same age, and we're both having such a wonderful time with perimenopause.
Yeah.
Isn't it great?
It's wild. I'll tell you that. I think that it's great that everybody I know is talking about it because nobody was talking about it when I was younger or when my mom was going through it.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone just thought they were crazy because I definitely feel crazy. I'm
Oh.
sitting here right now in this interview with my feet on a grounding mat, hoping that it like recalibrates me. Like, I don't know, whatever. I'll do anything, anything to make it not feel awful. Like, I would like my eyes to stop itching. I would like my skin to stop itching. I would like to sleep through the night. I would like to stop having frozen shoulder. Like, the list just goes on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's interesting from a grief standpoint with perimenopause. And this is, we talked about this a little bit, not in this interview, but before, just in general. What I'm grieving, like the body that I had, but then I'm like, what? Why? Because society tells me I'm supposed to have that body and not this one. Like, what's wrong with this body?
Mm-hmm.
Really, like, it's an everyday battle. I try to, like, at night, I try to like massage my belly and like give it love because I'm so annoyed with it all the time. Because the perimenopause, just I have that perimenopause belly.
Me too.
And I don't want it, but why don't I want it? I think I don't want it because I don't feel good. I don't feel good in my clothing. I don't think it's because I give a shit about patriarchal beauty standards because I don't.
Right.
But I do want to feel good, and it makes me not feel good.
And that's been my biggest struggle too. I was like personal trainer, fitness advocate. Like I was a wall of muscle for so many years. I would go for 50-mile bike rides just for funsies in the evening. I ran 5Ks 3 or 4 times a week.
Same, Nikki.
Just for fun. I know. But now, like, I couldn't run to the end of the block if I wanted to because everything hurts and everything jiggles now. It's just like, what's happening to my body? Yeah.
There's
my
a lot
hip
of
hurts all the time
attached.
for no real reason. Can't figure that one out.
Yeah, for me, it's my knee, my left knee. It's brutal. I've been working on just like core strength and like building like resistance strength more than anything else. Like, I'm not trying to be skinny. I just don't want to break. I don't want to be fragile.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Yeah.
I keep as active as I can because I don't want to have my mom had both knees replaced. Both my parents have had back surgeries. And I'm like, I don't want any of that.
Back surgery. No,
oh yeah. I'm not going through that. So, and now with all this hip pain, I'm like, I'm not getting joints replaced. I won't do it.
Yeah. Woo.
I'm stubborn.
Intense.
There's that stubbornness coming out.
Me too. Yeah, me too. So it's interesting. Like, what are the things from a perimenopause stance that you're grieving?
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I'm with you. I could really care less about the whole like patriarchal beauty standards and everything. Like, I'm never gonna have six pack abs again, and I'm comfortable with that.
I've never had them. So there you go.
Okay. Well, like, I understand that. It's just a matter of I'm uncomfortable, and I'm it's making me grumpy because I
Yeah.
still have the drive and want to go for 50-mile bike rides for funsies. But like, I get on my bike, I ride for 5 minutes, and I'm tired, and I want to go home and take a nap.
Yeah.
And I hate that. Like, that's been the hardest part for me is just accepting my limitations because I've never been good at accepting
Oh,
limitations.
me either. I will tell you though, from the people I've talked to and the research that I've done, and I've done quite a bit of it because I'm somewhat obsessed with like how can I feel better. Um, it doesn't stay. Like you will get it back. If you have that drive, you will get the energy back. But I'm a big fan. The menopause research is interesting because it's just coming in because they
Hmm.
only really started studying menopause and perimenopause like 25 years ago.
Hmm.
So we're only now getting any substantial research on it. And so HRT is a go, right? They tried to tell us it wasn't, it's bad, don't do it. Like most
Hmm.
professionals say, you like regulate it. And the research shows, because now we've got those, 20 to 30 years of research, women have less chance of dementia if they get HRT
Interesting. I think I
bet-
did hear that.
between the ages of 45 and 70. Yes. So, like, I'm doing the things I need to do, getting the tests done that I need to get done so that I can get on it. Um, because, like, I fucking want to feel better. And then you get the drive back. I remember last year, my daughter had a dance, and one of her friend's moms was standing next to me, and I said something about my perimenopausal body. Of course, we'll get two moms together and look at these cute high schoolers, and it's gross, you guys, I know, but I'm a victim of it just like everybody else. But she goes, the good news is it gets better. Like
Yeah.
the weight will come off, because that's what's weird. There's a lot of grief in like, but I didn't do anything different. I didn't change my physical habits. I didn't change my eating habits.
Right.
Why is it now totally kicking my ass? Well,
Yeah.
because
Same.
I'm aging
I'm
and my
still
body's
working out the
changing.
same I did,
Yeah.
still eating the same I did. Maybe not. Now there was a period in my life, especially right around COVID, when had nothing better to do with my time. I started working out more, and I think I was probably bordering on orthorexia with the
Wow.
amount I was working out. Like, I was working out 3 to 5 times a day. It was a
Whoa.
Yeah. And I told myself it was because I wanted to be a personal trainer and I needed to train and do all these things. And looking back, I'm like, maybe I was just a little too bored and maybe I had a slightly unhealthy relationship with exercise, just a
Yeah.
touch. So I
Yeah.
recognize not working out 5 times a day attributed to a little bit of this.
Yeah.
But
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
yeah, anyway.
But we're changing. I think the plus side is I think my favorite resource book has been Menopause Brain, and there's a chapter on the zero fucks phase, and
Okay.
that's a hormonal neurological phase. Like we think we enter our 40s and we're like, oh, it's just life experience. It tells us like I don't give a fuck anymore. It's actually physiological in your body because your hormones are shifting and telling your brain you legitimately do not have to give a fuck about this anymore. You are not in that phase of life anymore. It's not important for you.
I like that.
I know.
I'm still waiting for that because I hear all this beautiful body positivity stuff around me and like just embrace who you are and where you are now. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Yeah. I don't know. Body
I'll get there.
positivity is so layered, but that means like caring what other people think all the time,
Right.
needing to be in everybody's business,
Right.
like worried about what people think of you.
Right.
It's a whole different thing what we think about ourselves.
Right. And that's just it. Like I said, I don't care. Like, my hair's messy a lot. I don't style my hair. I brush it. Like, that's the
You
the
look great.
max I
I'm
go.
I'm in a sweatshirt in every podcast interview I ever do, and then when the summer I'm in like a tank dress. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, I'm wearing pajama pants right
Yeah,
now.
me
Like,
too.
I
Me too.
don't care. I may go some time without shaving my armpits, and if people see it, I don't care. But there are things like my eyebrows, I have to draw those in every morning. That's for me.
Interesting.
It's for nobody but me, but I want my eyebrows.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a really important shift. If we're doing it for ourselves, then do the thing and
Yeah.
don't worry about it. You don't need to apologize. Not that you are, right? If you do it because it makes you feel good, then that's amazing. If we do it because we think we need to do it for other people to like or accept us, that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so we're getting somewhat near the end of the episode here. So I have a tradition at the end of my episodes where I pull a card from the death deck and
Oh,
we will both answer it. But before we get into that, is there anything else we didn't touch on that you want to
I feel like we
get
were
out?
all
I
over
think
the
we hit
place.
like everything.
I guess just to recap it, and I spend a lot of time thinking about this. I really believe that lots of things can be true at once. I know that lots of things can be true at once. For me, for my kids, for people I work with, like we don't exist in a silo, right? And neither do our emotions. And I think that grief is partnered with joy in such a profound way. And I don't think it needs to be bad, but I do think it needs to be honored.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I love that you focus on joy because my word of the year, not what was it 2024, my word of the year was joy because I was like early on in this menopause journey and I was getting real frustrated and I remembered I lost my joy and I just spent the year trying to remember to find my joy.
I love that.
I love
Yeah.
that. Okay. So, this is the death deck. These
Okay.
are random questions on death and dying. And I will let you answer it, then I will answer it. So, this is weird. I've had this question before. Is it appropriate to take photos at a funeral? Yeah.
Um,
A, sure, anyone wants to capture a memory should be able to do so. B, pictures are fine, but don't take pictures of the body. Or
that's my
C,
answer.
no, this is not the time.
That's my answer. Like, we
Not
do
of the
not
body.
need photos of dead people, but
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, I don't want a funeral. So, um, but I think of people being together and supporting one
Mhm.
another. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm a celebration of life girly. Also,
Yeah.
like, cremate me. I decided I want my kids, I want me split between my kids, and I want them to go someplace that I didn't get to go in my life so that I can travel there. And then I want them to like get a little bench in some sort of cute garden somewhere they can come and sit and talk to me if they want to,
Yeah.
because I love gardens and all of
Mhm.
that. But I want a party. Everyone's been like, we'll have a playlist that we will be laughing, we will be dancing, we will be having a good time because I lived big,
Yeah.
right? So take all the fucking pictures.
I love that. And I'm glad you said that because again, I don't have children. I have a niece and a nephew though. And I have this dream in my head. If I have money left over when I die, that I want to have myself cremated and just give my ashes to them and give them a list of places that I never got to go in the world. Like if there's enough money, like go to Japan because I'm never going to go there because I'm allergic to seafood. It's a terrible place for people like me.
That sucks so bad.
I would just die if I walked into that
Oh my
country.
gosh.
But like go to all the places I never got to go and leave some of my ashes there.
Yeah,
Just to give
exactly.
them if nothing else, even if they don't bring my ashes, just to give them an excuse to go to those places.
100%. I actually have, are you a reader? Do you like to read?
I do.
Okay, I have a book suggestion that is
Give it.
similar to that I actually think you would love. It's called P.S. I Hate You. P.S. I Hate You. I'll have to look it up to find the author's name. I read it earlier this year. It is the main character, female character, her brother dies of cancer and sends her and his best friend, who is her ex, on a treasure hunt and
I
with his
think I've
ashes.
heard of this book
It's so
before.
good. It's the same. It's a lot of what you just said, except he
Yeah.
puts them on this whole journey, and they have to get all the clues and find all the things, and it's all his dying wish. It's
I
gorgeous.
love that.
It's great.
All right. I wrote
Yeah,
it down. I'm gonna look that one. I'm gonna add it
yeah,
to my list. So
yeah,
all
for
right.
sure.
Heather, thank you so much for being on my show and telling all your stories and having this amazing conversation. I'm going to give you a moment. Tell my listeners where they can find you and anything else you want to add.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. It's really been fun. It's good to think about these things. If anything I said kind of lights you up, you can follow along with me. I'm on Substack. I have Radical Ease is my publication. And then if you really like books,
Fantastic.
oh, thanks, Nikki. I have the Reading Well to share all the books because I read an intense amount of books for fun. Um, and listen to Was It Chance. And so I'm social media wise, I'm only on LinkedIn and Substack, although I play on TikTok. So if you go to my website, vickeryandco.com/social, it'll show you all the places you can come and hang out. And I have group programs and joy activations and private coaching and retreats. So if you're into it, let's be pals.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks, Nikki.
All right. Another huge thank you and shout out to Heather. Heather, you know I love you. Oh my gosh, I just adore you. I adore our conversation. So thank you again for coming on my show to talk about your story. A lot of that I did not know ahead of time. So it's always great learning about my guests in real time along with my listeners. So thank you, Heather, so much for being on my show. I'll put Heather's information down in the chat. I keep saying that. Down in the description. So please go check that out. If you want to work with Heather or reach out to her, please do. She is just a lovely human being, and she does some great things in the world. So thank you for tuning in this week. Again, if you would love the show, you can support me at patreon.com/Nikki the Death Doula. If you want to chat with other people who may have experienced loss in their lives, you can join the Good Grief Society. You can find any information at nikkithedeathdoula.com. But one thing you could do that'll take 5 seconds, leave me a rating and a review on this show. That is a great way for more people to find me, so that hopefully more people in this world can feel a little less alone in their grief. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. And remember, as always, your grief is yours. Feelings are valid. Grief doesn't always have to suck. Good Grief with Nikki the Death Doula is produced by Nikki Smith of Nikki the Death Doula LLC in Columbus, Ohio. Nikki the Death Doula LLC is for consulting, education, emotional support, and guidance, and is no way considered a funeral establishment or licensed mental health establishment. Scripts, editing, sound design, literally everything with this podcast is done solely by Nikki Smith of Nikki the Death Doula LLC.